Thanks everybody for being here tonight. We just heard from Jalen Celestine and Jalen Tyson. I'm going to correct just a couple of things. I heard, it's true we had kind of a 2-hour, 3-hour long team meeting right after Pac-12 started. And Jalen Tyson was pretty hard on himself from this podium about 30 seconds ago. And so I want to expound a little bit on Jalen Tyson. Jalen Tyson holds himself to an incredibly high standard. He's an outstanding teammate. And he has just been someone who, and I feel bad singling out one guy, but I feel the need to based on, kind of a couple of things that he said, but he has been a fantastic leader. I've been incredibly impressed with him. On and off the court, taking teammates to dinner, being a glue guy in the locker room, helping younger players, pushing guys. He's been outstanding. And so everyone on the team has been outstanding in terms of locker room. And we've been through some ups and downs, but I just wanted to get that out there from my perspective as the head coach of what I see. Obviously, 27 points, 0 turnovers with the ball in your hand a lot. That's a great game. But we had a lot of guys step up. I was proud of Fardas, just rebounding the ball down there, controlling the glass, playing really good defense. Keontae Kennedy probably had the assist of the game. Oregon, they played some tough defense, and they were in a zone, and Keontae drove it, got to a 2-foot jump stop, and skipped across court to Jalen Cone, who nailed a 3. And so I'm just proud of everybody, and thank you for being here, guys.
Coach, talk about the defense a little bit. I think you were man-to-man the entire game. Obviously limited their shooting to below their season averages. Talk about that defensive intensity.
Ever since Keontae Kennedy got healthy, our defense has really improved a ton. But it's not just been Keontae only. Everyone has bought into defense. Jalen Cone is just, you don't want to play against Jalen Cone if you're a guard because of the stamina, the intensity, the ability to chase people. And Jalen Tyson's defense has been off the charts recently. Fardas has been Defensive Player of the Year multiple times in his career, and he's saved games for us with just the way he moves underneath the basket. But really, let me come back to Keontae Kennedy on the defensive side of the ball. You saw it in the Santa Clara game when the energy just sparked the entire team. You saw it in the Washington game. It was a one-possession game. Keontae was getting steals in the backcourt, guarding the other team's best player at times. And so, he's one of the best defenders in the country.
Coach, when I talked to you after the UCLA game, you said that you didn't think that would be a watershed moment for the season, and there wouldn't necessarily be one. But I guess now that the season's winding down, you can look back. How do you evaluate kind of what seems like from the outside looking in, kind of 2 phases to the season? One where there was more struggle and you were kind of transitioning, and one where playing with a lot more confidence.
Look, I'll go back to that meeting we had as a team, and I believe it was after the Arizona State loss. We, as a coach, you have a practice plan, and we were going to practice about 2 hours. But of course, the team meeting took about 2.5 hours. And so it's like, but guys got things off their chest. I was able to get things off my chest. Players were able to get things off their chest. Directed towards me, directed towards each other. And it's not, everyone's just, a lot of honest communication took place in that meeting. I would point to that meeting as a time that helped us from that standpoint.
Coach, we caught up at the Pac-12 media today back in October, and I asked you, where do you see this program going? And what your goals are for it. And the first thing you mentioned was the fans, Haas. I'm filling it up. Going back to, early in the season before Pac-12 play, we didn't see this kind of output, and now we see it, reaching 6, 7, 8,000 fans in attendance. What can you just talk about your relationship and how much these fans mean to you?
Oh, these fans mean so much to us as a team, as a university, as a school. And it's a complete team effort. It's a complete team effort. Jim Knowlton, Jenny Simon O'Neill, every member of leadership has been fully committed. Our marketing team, the students, the alumni, the boosters, the financial supporters. I mean, this is like dozens and dozens of people, hundreds of people coming together to make a plan to fill this arena up. And it's happening. And it will happen more. It's going to happen more. We all have to do our part. Our players have to do their part. I have to do my part. But it's happening, and it's going to happen more.
Mark, kind of follow up on that. You can look at this season, one as coming off a 3-29. And obviously you weren't here, but you know
Yeah.
what it took. But you can almost kind of referencing after the Arizona State game here, which was a game you guys should have won and didn't.
Yeah.
And you had already 6 or 7 of those. This season easily still could have gone south. Why didn't it?
I think it's a testament to the character of the guys in our locker room. I'll start with Fardaz Amak. Fardaz is a guy that holds himself to an incredibly high standard as well. You know, and he's one guy, he's asked me to coach him very hard. And, you know, I do, and he always responds. Fardaz always responds. And when one of the best players in the country, when you can coach him hard, there's no excuse for anyone else in the locker room in those rare moments when we challenge guys. You know, we're a very positive coaching staff, but we challenge our guys also, and we challenge them hard. And so, you know, if Fardaz demands hard, tough, honest coaching, then every person in the locker room can.
Coach, first 3 games winning streak of the year, kind of following up on that.
Yeah.
How do you kind of keep going with that? Have it carry on to the road trip here and then down to Stanford as well?
Yeah, you know, we talked about that. We had been at 2 games at conference a lot, 2 games in a row. We hadn't been able to get to third, into the third win. And so we discussed that today as a group. And that was an emphasis point. And we got over the hump tonight. Now let's make it 4.
Mark, thanks.
Yeah, thanks everybody.